I've never seen it.
I actually, you know what we should do? We'll kick it off. We're going to kick the whole thing off with a game rather than the script because I have a game that is topically appropriate for exactly you today, Mike Drucker.
Oh, good.
So this game is called What's in the Boxed?
Okay.
Who's in the box? What's in the box? Who's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
So this game, I need to play this game more because I had so much fun making the theme song.
I always thought that scene could use a little punching up. With
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know, Mr. Pitt. I thought your energy was just off. You seemed so perturbed. This game is called What's in the Box.
Okay.
I'm going to read you. You'll be competing against one another.
Okay.
Mike Drucker, Chase Mitchell here.
All right, great.
And
Sworn enemies.
Yeah.
you have to. I will read a letterboxed review for a movie. You have to
Okay.
guess what movie it's for. Simple enough. But how it works is it starts. There'll be 5 reviews. They start less obvious, become more obvious as you go along. So the first one will be hard to guess what movie it is. It'll get easier and easier.
Do we wait for all 5 or after each one you're
You
like
get it's more points the earlier you guess,
Gotcha,
but you only
gotcha.
get one guess.
Cool.
Because if you guess wrong, then Chase will get a chance to listen to however many he wants. So it's 5 points if you guess after 1.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. These are all movies based on video games.
Oh, great. Okay.
So we'll narrow it down a little bit.
That helps.
Each of these is a movie based on a video game. 5 reviews for each one. Getting right into it. I'm excited about this with this game.
So we're not like buzzing in.
You can buzz in if you'd like. However you want. Very underwhelming buzz in. You can buzz in however you would like, and then if you guess and you're wrong, you're out for the rest of that movie. Unless the other person guesses, then you're both back in.
Cool.
People said the game didn't have enough rules. I said, watch me.
Yeah.
What movie based on a video game is this a review for? And you don't have to guess.
Okay.
You can wait. It turns out you can just film any scenes you want and edit them in any order you want. 1.5 stars. All right. Move on to the next one. You were the chosen
They could
one.
just describe so many.
I know, so many of them. So many of them. This is for 4 points. You were the chosen one. You were supposed to destroy bad video game movies, not join them. Bring balance to cinema, not leave it in darkness. 2 stars. All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's all right. They get a little bit easier. This is for 3 points.
Okay, here we go.
There are just enough movie star gestures to be tricked into thinking, albeit briefly, that this is real or a little good, but is actually just truly stupid and very laborious. As an extremely passive fan of the video game franchise, it seems apparent to me that the parts of the game that no one actually cares about, corporate nonsense, are the driving force here, and that all the stuff people actually like to do, sneak, are otherwise missing. 1 star.
Actually,
You go for
Or
it.
you
if
also
you got
have bells.
it.
No,
You can grab
I
a
was
bell and
thinking-
buzz in with a bell, too.
Oh yeah, there's the bell.
I had a guess for the last one, and I think I just waited too long to go.
It's all so. Here we go. For 2 points, which movie have these all been reviews of? Marion Cotillard 100% believes this movie is nonfiction and that the Knights Templar are after her, even as we yes.
Assassin's Creed
It is Assassin's Creed. 2 points
with
for
Michael
Mike. 2 points
Fassbender.
for Mike. Did you see it?
No.
Did you play the games?
I played some of them. I haven't played all of them.
Yeah. Let's
They come out with like one a year.
Yeah, they come out with one a
It is
year.
really, really wild how frequently they come out.
Yeah, yeah.
They've covered every period of history by now.
I think at this point there is more time in them than there has been.
Right.
Like you can basically live out any real thing that has ever. Like there's the part where you save JFK. I wish that was real.
That
but
would have been great if that was real. You do fight the Pope in one of them.
Wait, really?
Not the one that just passed, but like a different Pope.
That's how he went.
Pretty quick boss fight.
This DLC where you can download
wait it
any
out
Pope.
while he coughs in the corner.
Yeah, what Pope could possibly ever have won a fist fight? Besides, I mean,
I
when
bet
they were
there's
Pope.
some. I bet there's like some in like the 1300s.
The guy that was a Hitler Youth that probably has some
When he was younger.
diabolical-
Oh,
Was that
Benedict? Benedict. Yeah, he's dead though.
I used to do a bit about how, because people loved the last guy so much.
Yeah.
And the whole crux of the bit was like, yeah, but he would be your worst friend. Like, if you know what I mean, you're like, he's the Pope. The bar for Pope is different than like friendship.
yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you're like, he just doesn't yell slurs most of the time, so he's the best
He
Pope
still
of all
did
time.
say one,
Yeah, he's-
famously.
Yeah. Just didn't yell it. Like, but the last guy was a Nazi, so everyone was like, "Oh, we don't have a Nazi. This is a big
Sliding
turnaround
scale.
for being the popes."
Yeah.
So Assassin's Creed, and then the last review for Assassin's Creed was distinguishably lacked the only thing I remember from playing, hiding in haystacks, 1.5 stars.
Those are all for Assassin's Creed.
Those are all for Assassin's
Wow.
Creed. Here we go. Here's another one. Wait, did I even write down what movie this was? Yes, I
I
did.
can't believe someone expected that to be the movie that
The chosen
saved
one.
video game movie.
Yeah.
I think Fassbender was really, this was 2016. He was a
Yeah.
huge deal. Magneto, he'd just been Magneto
Yeah.
a couple of times. It felt like good casting. It still feels like it was probably good casting
Yeah.
and just a bad movie. I didn't even write down. Oh, I do remember this one is now. We'll do that one last. I didn't write down, so I'd have to guess. Next one. Which video game movie are these reviews for? For 5 points. Always nice to engage with a piece of cinema that rewards multiple viewings. Always finding something new to love on each subsequent one. 5 stars.
Okay, go on.
For 4 points. Fuck you. I love this movie. 4.5 stars.
Seems pretty positive so far.
Okay.
Although that person's mad at somebody.
It could also be one of those so bad it's good movies, so we find out like it's like, like an Uwe Boll type deal.
Is that how you say it? Uwe?
I think it's how you say Uwe. I don't know.
That's
his
how I
last name.
type it. But I don't know. For 3 points. Absolutely nothing could have prepared me for the scene where the Twin Towers evaporated. 3 stars.
The Twin Towers evaporating.
I looked it up, and this really did happen.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
And in real life. I looked it up.
Oh, wow.
For this podcast.
Same cause?
You're not going to believe
Whoa,
it.
hold on.
You
I
thought
don't really
Assa-
follow the news that much.
This was an Assassin's Creed DLC as well.
United 93?
Don't let
Okay.
them combust as the DLC. United 93, the video game. You get to play as Mark Wahlberg. Just keep it from happening. All right, for 2 points. Imagine making a really fun queer Marxist anti-cop kids film only to have hacks berate it as one of the worst movies of all time 20 plus years later because it's not a direct enough adaptation of some shitty video game. 5 stars. Is that your buzzing?
Yeah, I picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
This is more of a.
We got a blue
Yeah.
bell, too. Check the bell.
Oh yeah, there's a bell sitting right there. Super Mario Brothers.
It is Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, the
the
original.
1993 Super Mario Brothers.
1993.
I kind of thought it on the fuck you, but I wasn't entirely sure.
There's a scene in it where a fungus destroys the World Trade Centers. And they just
Jeez.
like dissolve down completely.
Those towers can't catch a break.
They really can't. I mean, didn't they also get bombed?
Yes, before.
Yeah.
But
Was that before the
It's
Mario
like a little.
movie?
It was a baby bombing.
it was a baby bombing, but I think that was also Osama
I think
bin
that was
Laden.
in '93.
Yeah.
February 26, 1993. When did the Mario movie come out? This is important to me. In May. So 2 months after they bombed those, a movie came out where a fungus destroyed. You have to know they were in post.
Yeah.
And just like,
Fungus bomb.
or they were in
think
post and
it's
they're like, well, that's a
different
good
enough.
idea. That could play. That could really play. And then the last review, the 1 point review was, what kind of film do you get when your 2 leads are taking shots of scotch between takes, when Fisher Stevens starts writing his own lines, and when you're under tight deadlines to rush and finish the film in time only to release it up against Jurassic Park? 2.5 stars. Which had to have been, Jurassic Park. Hoodie, absolute nightmare of a thing to happen to them.
Yeah.
Where they like hurry a movie out just to be like, what else is out this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
saw both.
Yeah.
There was room for
There's,
both.
There
you
was.
haven't seen Gerario? It was the Barbenheimer of our time.
Jurario.
I couldn't think
I
of
want
how
you
to
to-
combine
I-
them two.
I want someone listening to this to have a son and name him Jurario.
Oh, do you like Gerario for a boy's
There's
name?
an Italian kid out there already named Gerario.
Yeah, there's the Gerario brothers, actually. And they go to the park. It is McCarran, but they go. It's for nobody. A couple more movies here in What's in the Box video game movie edition.
Okay.
Here, for 5 points, what movie is this a review for? It's 2-2 right now. Winner gets to host the podcast from here on out.
Oh, wow.
2-2. For 5 points, what is this movie a review for? God, this movie is fucking awful. Not one person in it is good. I love it. 2 stars. For 4 points. This movie is camp that takes itself seriously, and it's kind of great. 4 stars.
Okay.
Seriously.
For 3 points. Let's not fool ourselves here. This movie is a piece of shit. But I'll be damned if it isn't being kind to its car crash. I'll be damned if time isn't being kind to this car crash. Sorry about that. Watching it as a straight comedy last night in a packed cinema, it was a hoot. 3 stars.
Time, so it's older.
That's okay. There's like a few I'm thinking of. We've already passed a couple that might. Go for it if you got something, because you'll probably be right.
For the audio listeners out there, my finger is hovering over.
Oh, I
Bell.
put in I do the like what Netflix does, where they make you say everything you're doing.
Yeah,
So I'll add in post. I'll go. He's moving his finger over the bell. He's moving his
Nice,
finger back
nice,
over the
nice.
bell. You want to give it a guess? It's a 3-point guess.
Tomb Raider?
It is not Tomb Raider. All right, so Chase, you're out. Mike, you
Can I give a guess?
You can give a guess.
The Street Fighter movie.
It is. Oh my God! It is Street Fighter from 1994. With the freedom of not worrying
that's
about
what-
your guess.
It was almost like when someone said it's an older movie. That's when I was like, okay, what could that be?
Yeah.
So
Other
you got me there.
reviews for Street Fighter: the plot is completely incoherent with numerous characters just sort of being there. Considering this is a film version of a fighting game, there is surprisingly little fighting in the film.
That is
That's true. That's very actually
very
true.
There's more monologuing. There's more monologuing than fighting.
One of the reviews was like, I think the first fight over 10 seconds was an hour and 21 minutes into the movie. And then this review, I liked this one. It says, I think they said Steven Seagal, but it says the star is so coked out of his mind that this feels like he's acting on a different plane of existence. And all the actors named after the video game's characters are stumbling around trying to make sense of what, if anything, are their characters' motivations. Half of the time result in them underacting, and the other half results in pulpy dialogue achieving gawky, iconic humor. 4 stars. And then, how does this have more blood than the Mortal Kombat movie? 2 stars. All right, final one.
Okay, here we go.
For 5 points, what movie is this a review for? It's bad, yes, but maybe the perfect movie to watch while making burritos on a Friday afternoon in the other room. 2 stars.
I wonder if burritos is some kind of clue.
Yeah, I'm trying, but I can't think of a big burrito game.
This is like people breaking down Christopher Nolan movies
Yeah.
on TikTok. We're like, did you see how he was blinking? The Morse code spelled gibberish, but if you assume something else, he misses her. For 4 points. I think I only wrote 2, 3. I only put 4 reviews for this one, sorry. His condition is irreversible because his condition is that he is dead. 0 stars.
Did they make a Sixth Sense video game?
This conditions are reversible because he's dead.
For 3 points. Okay, I'm just going to say what we're all thinking. They didn't insult the audience's intelligence enough. 3.5 stars. This is the hardest one, especially because I accidentally only put
Yeah.
4 reviews.
These conditions irreversible.
And then for 2 stars, for 2
Cancer, the
points.
video game.
Cancer, the video game. Cancered culture. Basically a worse reimagining of Aliens with a dash of the demonic space madness of Event Horizon. 2 stars. Yeah.
Doom?
It is Doom. Oh my God.
That
That's a
makes
movie.
sense.
I didn't even know this movie existed.
There's 2 Doom movies, in fact.
Really?
Yeah.
This was Doom with The Rock.
Yeah. That's the better one.
This one was like
There's not really a better one, but
I didn't know a second one existed.
I'm pretty sure a second one exists.
I believe you. I'm not even going to look it up because I'm not going to let my computer
trust
know
you.
that I thought
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I had no idea this ever existed, and then I saw The Rock was in it, and I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. It's from like 2004.
Yeah. And it's mainly memorable for like during the climax, there's like a 3 or 4 minute scene that's shot from first person to look like the game.
There were a lot of I did have one review that I think I copied and forgot to put in there about the first person thing, which I also thought would have gave it away a little bit as a 1-point review, which we didn't need. That was maybe the most polarizing one that I looked up. Some people are like, this is the greatest ode to a video game that's ever happened. And some people are like, I hated The Rock when this came out. I was ahead by 20 years of everyone else hating The Rock. But I never even played Doom. I keep calling it Doom, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What do you think? And we're going to get into the script and do all that, but I like talking video games. I want to talk about your book.
Yes, please.
Tell everyone about the book, and then I want to talk to you about your favorite video game-inspired movies.
Sure. The book is called Good Game, No Rematch. It is a kind of a comedy memoir where I just make fun of myself throughout my life and the ways I've humiliated myself with video games. So I talk about like dressing up as Mario to try to impress an elementary school crush and failing, or when I worked for Nintendo of America for a couple of years, and while there they had a paintball fight and I immediately got shot in the nuts. So there's just sort of just stories about like how video games have always been there for me and I've always been there to disappoint myself. Like I tried to get Dance Dance Revolution at the prom, which was a whole thing.
Wait, like you like lobbied the school?
I lobbied the school to get Dance Dance Revolution at the prom. And
was it successful?
No, the school lobbied me to stop.
So funny to imagine, like if you'd been successful and they put it there, you'd be the only one using it. Like,
Yes,
the
that
dance is just going on around you.
1,000%.
What is the opposite of a revolution?
Yeah. So it's stories like that, but it's available.
That is wild.
Hardcover, digital, audio, and I do the audiobook.
That's great. I can't help but think the principal or whomever stopped you from having that had to just be like, we can't do this, and I can't tell you it's helpful for you that we don't. I can't get across to you that saying no is better for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it now. Like part of the book is also me being like, no, these people were right. Like it's not like I'm not like I dressed as Mario and these elementary school girls I had a crush on were crazy. It was more me being like, they must have been so terrified.
These losers didn't understand nuance.
Right, exactly.
Marry the guy that you saw in class a bunch. There's like a close. I'm late to everything. This podcast is sort of a thing of that, whereas like I was very late to seeing any movies, very late to watching a lot of television.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I did growing up, but like stare at nothing. And which just sounds bad. But people are like, what did you watch? I'm like,
life.
we watched The Simpsons, and I think that's about it. And even then, both of my parents thought they were the one that would let us watch it.
like a little bit of a treat.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you know, it's pretty. You probably don't. It's funny
don't tell
though.
your mom.
But it's like we're all in the room.
Yeah.
That's mom. But it was, and video games I was even later to.
Yeah.
Which is almost like a gift, because I told you before we recorded, I played NES. We had a regular Nintendo, and but we were late enough to that to where everything was at garage sales. So we would get games if they were at garage sales, or like the little robot controller, or like the big pad. That's people just in like 1998, 1999 just threw away what might be like valuable things
absolutely.
at this point. And we have all that stuff, and we would play that. And then I was very late to all that. But now, if you just get into video games, which I'm within the last 8 years, they're so easy to access. Like, you get a Nintendo Switch and everyone's like, do you like I could play everything that you've ever thought of on this thing. And none of it runs well, but I can play it all right here on my thing. And it's so, people be like, it's like if you just got into The Simpsons now,
Yes.
the back catalog is insane.
Yeah.
And so I've been, I feel similar with movies that I do with that, and it makes me so excited. And then, I've really, really loved even getting into the story. I mean, aside from Baldur's Gate, I've played for 8 million hours,
Which is great. Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing.
Yeah, I've had so much fun. But I
Mike,
really
you
like
look to me like for.
I didn't know, Chase.
Like,
do you like it?
I've never played it.
Here's the thing: is if you're listening, Chase is a very handsome man, but he has enough about him where you think he could be into stuff that less handsome men would be into.
Are you slumming it down here with us in Baldur's Gate?
What I was gonna say is you were talking about we're talking about video game movies. I'm like, I could never be considered a real gamer because a lot of the games that I play are like the other way around. It's like my favorite games for the PS5, which I just got like a year ago, are like Sony's Spider-Man series, like
which are great.
Spider-Man 2, and Miles Morales, and then like I just got like Indiana Jones and the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Like I play stuff that's existing IP, which is like,
But you've named good games.
I play other stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, but like those tend to be like my favorites when they're done well.
That's
famously like, it's really hard to do that. Like a lot of games that are based on movies and stuff like that.
I don't know much of anything that's translated really well to another thing. I think a video game especially is really, really, really made for where it's going to go.
Yes. And it's hard when, especially with games, when you're controlling the main character, even if in the movie or the show they're doing the exact same thing the main character is doing, there's still a weirdness to being like, it's almost like watching a horror movie where you have been in the situation that you did not decide to open that door.
Yeah, just go over there.
Mm-hmm. And so it's weirder to watch them then open that door.
Yeah. The first thing that was ever based off anything I'd already played was the Fallout show, and I really liked the Fallout. And once again, I was late to those, so you can play all of them, and then you're like, well, I could see why you like the older ones, but stuff is just easier to play now.
Yeah.
But they made this one, and I loved the show so much because it was like, oh, it's in the world, but it's not.
It's not based on one of the
making me
games.
feel like I did something wrong in the video.
Yeah.
So what is your quintessential? Do you have like a favorite adaptation of a video game?
Oh, that's a great. You know what? I really, really like the new Super Mario Brothers movie that came out a couple years ago, the animated film. I know some people didn't love it, but to me, it was almost. One, I knew that Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, was involved in it, so I'm like, okay, I know that it wasn't just licensed out to a company who then made it, and Nintendo was heavily involved, but also it almost felt like watching a Mario game in a good way. Like it felt like watching, like as a kid, watching a friend play Mario really well.
Yeah.
Versus, like so many video game movies do this thing that I hate, which is they have to add lore to explain why there's magic items or how powers come in. So they're like, there's a chosen one or there's a
sure,
prophecy.
because you're like, well, it'd be crazy that there's fireballs in real life. So
Right.
we have to tell you why there would probably be fireballs in real life.
Exactly. And like, you know, like in movies, sometimes like the latest Mortal Kombat movie did that pretty well, but they still like layered it into why they have superpowers. And I really like that the Mario movie was just like, there's a mushroom and it makes you big. That's all we're going to tell you.
Yeah.
And it almost showed like a confidence in the game itself versus suits around a table being like, I don't know if anyone's going to understand that this mushroom's a big mushroom.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I
That's
just
what they
really
did
liked
at
it.
Oppenheimer too. Same
Yeah.
conversation.
They did. Yeah.
Will people know who this is?
Do people want to know if they're going to be able to build a bigger bomb? We need to add a scene in where a man says that.
I loved the people leaving Oppenheimer. I didn't love, but when people like a thing that I loved Oppenheimer. A thing I really love is when everyone. It's a very big thing now, and this is such a tangent. Really online is people thinking very straightforward plot points are Easter eggs, or.
Yes, they do.
People watched Oppenheimer and they were like, that other guy ended up making a bigger bomb, and we're like, yeah, they
that's
talk
the point.
about it. He stops the conversation to say we could make a bigger bomb, and then he says his name out loud.
Like that's the point.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. I don't know if it's like a need to have like a take on everything, but people just be like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in real life, Barbies are dolls. And that'll be their takeaway from like analytically breaking down. It's like I'm on sort of like film because I do like fake movie stuff.
Yeah.
So my feed is a lot of like film critic talk, and people will
Right.
just be like, "Oh, I just saw Sinners, and I think it's alluding to America's past." I guess it says 1932 in the title.
Okay.
And it is so what like warrants an Easter egg is so funny to me, and or like people's like critical like breakdowns.
Yeah.
My going on like I like Blue Sky, and like I'm still on Twitter and stuff, even though I shouldn't be. But Threads is like active self-harm at this point.
Yeah.
I see you on there a lot.
yeah.
But like I don't know if I've done this to myself. I guess I probably have, but like whatever my algorithmic like feed is, if you go to like For You, which it defaults to when you go in, is just nothing but the worst, dumbest movie takes you've ever seen.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I just reply to all of them and so I'm definitely
Oh,
perpetuating.
you will be on there. You'll be like, yeah, that's how a movie is.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to me because I'm like, I don't know if it's people or if it's robots or if it's both, and then the people are moving towards the robots because the engagement the robots get are more, and it's really bums me out, but also I can't quit it at all.
Yeah.
All of the time. I mean, you see stuff like if you think about like people will break down Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like, it alludes to the dinosaur. And you're like, no, they're in there. Like it's nothing. What you're thinking is just how a movie is written down.
Right.
It's people will act like every movie was improvised in a linear order. Like it's like if you guys really are blown away by this, go to a Herald. Where people are like referencing things that used to happen, but it actually is improvised, and you'll like shit your pants because you'll be so blown away people thought of this.
I think UCB would love if we sent really easily amused people to more Heralds.
And then to do like 30-minute YouTube videos breaking them down.
I think It was actually a way for him to transition through time when he walked in front. It was an ode to the cross wipe, which was frequently used in MASH.
But then the other flip side of it is having a YouTube channel called Improv Sins, where it's just like an improv video and then just pop up on what it's doing wrong. They're digging on Mars.
Man zops early. It's just like someone's like doing this, but
Yeah.
with a big thumbnail at the
Holding a gun wrong.
It'll be hard to be funny or bad improv than that scene of The Office where
Yeah.
Michael Scott
Yeah,
just has a
my
bunch of
God.
guns on his person. Okay, I also like the Super Mario Brother movie a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fun. I lost a job as I was walking into it, which was very exciting.
Oh,
They called
it's always-
that night.
Be-
It was super fun to see you lost $7,000.
Because of it?
I don't know. Do you think the Mario Brother movie put Starburns Audio out of business?
Actually, yeah.
I can see him doing that. Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, yeah, it was. I like that a lot. People seem to movies based on video games have a notoriously low hit rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yes.
And it feels like only recently that they've kind of clawed their way into some like critical respectability. Like
Yeah,
Last
and even
of
when they
Us
do that, if
and-
the kid girl isn't hot, then I don't know what
Oh
you're
man,
supposed
I'm
to
so
do.
mad.
Again, like for some reason, when I only ever go on there like once every couple of weeks, but for some reason my Facebook feed is just all people complaining about her. Like
The problem is that you engaged with it once,
Yes,
and
exactly.
then it's like, oh, okay, this keeps Chase around. Yeah, it is. It blows. I haven't watched the new season of Last of Us, any of it yet, but I loved the first season a good
Yeah.
deal. And then I was like, let's see if everyone's excited about the second one. And they're like, ugh, the girl aged.
Yeah.
yeah, it's everyone who complains about what the teenage girl looks like on Last of Us should that should trigger you being put on some kind of list.
Yes. Or die.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like a wide brush guy.
No, but die is good. I think death is
And
alright.
if you're transcribing this, it's
explodes
DYE.
your computer.
Yeah. It's like a die pack for money, not an actual death. But I do think, yeah. I mean, when I was looking through all these, because you look at like movie, I'm looking to make that game the Letterbox game, and you look through all these things, and really everyone has kind of hated them all. And then some people revisit them where they're like, well, this is horrible, but not the worst, and it's
Yeah.
sort of relative to what it is and everything. I'm trying to think of like the earliest instance where people were like, they really nailed this video game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what was it first? A cartoon?
It was a comic book
It
first.
was a comic
and then
book
it was
first,
a cartoon.
and then a cartoon, which I watched the cartoon.
Yeah.
And
I
then
would
a
say-
video game movie, kind of an
Comic
arcade
book,
game.
cartoon, live action movie.
Side-scroller.
Excellent arcade game.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
arcade
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say the first Mortal Kombat movie. It did well, and it sort of it's a very adaptable game because it's basically ripping off like Enter the Dragon and 1,000 other old kung fu movies. But I remember one, seeing it in the theater and being like, "Oh, that was like Mortal Kombat," and I was a kid. And two, the reviews of it were kind of begrudgingly positive. Like they were almost like, "If there's gonna be something like this, this is good."
These are the reviews of the Minecraft movie,
Yeah.
which I went and saw.
Oh, I just drove past Jack Black on the way here. It's crazy.
He's
On,
always walking around.
Los Feliz Boulevard. He
Yeah,
was just
I
walking.
always see this guy walking around backpack.
Yeah.
Oh, he always has a backpack on.
He looked like his character in the movie. I'm
He's
like,
always got a backpack and like big headphones on and just like walking around.
Good for him. I like
yeah.
that.
I saw the Minecraft. I hate saying it properly. A Minecraft movie, and I was left thinking, I don't know much about Minecraft, but that's probably about as good as that could have gone.
Yeah.
Except, I don't know. Did either you guys see this movie? It opens with
didn't
11
yet.
minutes of voiceover.
What?
Jack Black's entire character arc happens in the first 11 minutes, and then the rest of it is about everyone else.
Oh.
It's insane.
Well, I have not seen that. I'll probably end up watching it very drunk and high at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then it'll be great.
Yeah.
I like missed the like week it came out, and then like Sinners came out, and I just saw Sinners like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You saw Sinners instead of Minecraft?
This man wants to tear down worlds instead of building them. What? Okay, so then that's. I like the Mario movie. What on the reverse do you think is the best existing IP developed into a video game? And this could be even like what Chase thinks, because if you a movie like I actually downloaded the Indiana Jones video game, and I've never seen any of them, any of the movies.
What?
And I didn't play the game yet.
You've never
either.
seen any of the Indiana Joneses?
No.
Wow.
How?
It's hard to keep up with.
We
that.
need you to
Jones.
do this.
Yeah.
How do you like not accidentally see one?
I have no idea.
Yeah, they were on TV
I don't
always.
know exactly which ones are which. But I heard the game got good reviews, and I downloaded it. And
The game is
The game's great.
Excellent. Yeah.
Is it a plot to one of them?
No, it's a totally new thing. It is when you play through it, it's actually kind of like 3 movies mashed together.
Yeah.
Or something like if they tried to make it a movie, it would be way too long for one. But it's like
If they tried to make it a movie.
Exactly. It's there's a guy doing Harrison Ford's voice. He's not doing it because he's so old he doesn't sound like himself anymore.
Yeah.
But the guy doing his voice sounds just like
It's
him.
spot on.
It's like spooky.
Like if they said that they de-aged his voice, Harrison Ford's real voice, he would have been like, okay, yeah, great.
It would
Sounds
sound
good.
less like him than this guy.
Yeah.
There's like 1 or 2 characters from the movies that you see or are mentioned, but they're not load bearing. It's more like you're like, oh, it's that guy again.
I kind of like this sort of like loose canon, not really, who cares, we're making a fun, it's not like he's going to be in more of them at this point anyways,
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
of like thing to plop down into. What are there, 5 Indiana Jones movies?
5, yeah.
5, yeah.
Just sort of throw another thing.
2.5 great ones.
But yeah, it actually got me to like I rewatched all the movies while I was playing it. I really like got super into Indiana Jones for like a long weekend.
That's really cool.
But yeah, it's a great game.
Do you remember the Young Indiana Jones, the television series?
Yeah, I was so like in it that I was about to just like start that again,
Oh man.
but I didn't quite go that
Yeah,
far.
I don't know how none of it ever got in front of me. I was really late to Star Wars, and then I watched those, and I was like, well, Harrison Ford seems to be the reason 10 people are billionaires now after watching like the original 3 when they came out.
He doesn't even like those.
He seems to be having not a great time doing much of anything,
Yeah, no.
which makes me
He
wonder.
loves crashing planes.
He does. That's true. That's true on golf courses.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. Hope he's okay. And he hates David Blaine. So one of my favorite magic tricks of all time. All right. Have you seen David Blaine do a magic trick for Harrison Ford? I don't know. I want to
Is
tell
that the
people to go
orange
watch it.
one?
Yes, where he
Yeah,
pulls to
yeah.
the orange
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the thing, and he tells him to get the fuck out of his house. And he's like, and everyone laughs, and he just stands and stares at him, and then David Blaine just like backs out of Harrison Ford's kitchen. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You know, when you have that much money, and you're just sort of like still like you're like a Hollywood guy, this is gonna blow your mind.
Yeah.
You know, you might think magic's real, although it is a good trick. Okay, cool. We need to take a break. We're gonna do that real quick. HBO still has a Game of Thrones show they're making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And,
one
like,
I
8
think
in
was one
production.
where there was too long in between, and I just totally didn't do the second season.
I-
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I was so excited about it and liked the first season of the show, and then forgot all about it and just didn't care.
Yeah.
It's so long
Yeah.
in between the seasons of the things. You can't have kids on shows because they
Exactly,
are
yeah.
so big by the next time it
Yeah.
comes around.
The law of Stranger Things.
Yeah, that show's not even done.
I know.
Yeah, we still don't have
That actually
the final.
blows my mind.
But that's another show where, like, I think maybe after season 2 or in season 3, I was like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
You
We
know-
had them for a sketch that I did for Stranger Things, like literally, I guess it would be like 10 years ago.
For
We had
Fallon?
for Fallon. We had the kids on, and they were so young at that time that it was kind of like a long shoot at night. And Jimmy felt bad that we were keeping them that long, so he set up like an ice cream sundae bar for them. Like that's how young they were.
yeah.
And now, what's her name is like married to John Bon Jovi's son.
Yeah.
I'm like maybe pregnant or something. Like,
Yeah, I think 11 was the name of the amount of time it's going to take them to make 4 seasons of
Yeah.
television. Just get everyone back in. You make your show in the summer. It comes out in the fall. We take a break. You finish it in the spring. The show comes back in the fall. Is it that hard to do?
It's also
I miss that.
a fun show, but I wouldn't say it's like a show that requires years of intricate planning.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
No,
fight
people
monsters.
literally sit down around a table with their friends and make it up every week.
right.
They let dice control predominantly what happens in stories like this most of the time. So you just have to think of they need a new person to come in, say who their favorite 80s singer was who needs residuals.
Yeah.
And they'll put that in a montage and make someone great.
Yeah.
Gets someone which is warranted and nice. That's all they got to figure out. I don't even. When is it even back? Are they making it right now?
They've
I don't
been
know. I'm like
working on
mad
this
at
one
this
for,
show
like,
that I like
forever.
ultimately don't care
Yeah.
about all that much, and then all of Hollywood will look like it for the 2 weeks leading up
Oh,
to when
yeah.
it comes out.
Yeah.
And
On
I don't,
Sunset Boulevard.
I don't even know if I've seen the last season.
I did, but I've forgotten everything. Like,
It's
Yeah.
That show is taking so long that David Harbour looks too old. You know what I mean? Like the guy who was the adult has aged such a significant amount that it's not even the same as when a kid like was it Bran in Game of Thrones like got a growth spurt in the middle of a couple seasons. But this is like this adult who was an adult now looks so much. I guess he was in like I do remember he's in like a Russian camp for maybe they can use that as why he looks 86 years old at this point.
Yeah, he's in Thunderbolts with like a full gray beard.
He looks aged up.
Yeah.
But it's just how old he is. Anyways, did you see Thunderbolts?
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
I really want to see it.
It's super fun.
Saw it actually at Universal.
The City Walk.
Yeah.
It's
the real IMAX.
It feels like they were like, oh right, these movies can be fun and they don't need to be like just connecting pieces.
Yeah.
Like even though there's a lot of references to things, I felt like you could go in and watch it without having seen everything because they'll do like one-liners that are like, "Didn't you get in trouble for this?" And you're like, "Got it, okay, that's all I need to know."
When they let the steam out when someone says Thanos.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want to go see it. I'm always so far. I unfortunately waited too long. I saw Sinners, but I couldn't see it. It just sold out 2.5 weeks of fucking. Like people were like, "Oh, Thunderbolts is coming out."
They're bringing it
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for anything.
Because it's just like so undeniable that they're like, okay, we'll give Thunderbolts a couple weeks and we'll bring it back. Because it's crazy how competitive it is for IMAX screens. Because there's also I think Final Destination is going to get it for at least like a week, and then Mission Impossible is coming like right down the pike. So
man, good for Sinners for being a thing that was new.
yeah.
That got one. And then it's just which franchises are
Yes.
recycling in. Much like the Mario movie rushing itself out just to come out when Jurassic. What a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
What a bummer. All right. Well, we're back. We need to do you talk about Ford versus Ferrari.
Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah. Yeah.
What else did you think about doing? Do you remember if there was anything
Boss
else?
Baby
floated?
was Boss Baby
Boss
was one
Baby.
I thought about doing, and there was one other I forgot. And the reason I chose Ford versus Ferrari is one, I don't know how to drive, so I know so little about cars. And two, Boss Baby felt like it would be too easy to guess correctly what happens.
Sure.
Like I thought, like as I was thinking of them, I'd be like, I might write a Boss Baby script that's actually like
Right.
a normal Boss Baby.
Like
script.
your first thought on Boss Baby might just be what it is.
What it is.
You do it on the show, you get hired. To
It ends with you going, Boss Baby Boss.
But like Ford versus Ferrari, I could not tell you a thing about what happened, what the historical context is,
Right.
why they were rivals, if they were rivals. I don't know.
Have you? So you don't have a driver's license.
I do not have a driver's license.
Don't really. Watch
I have an ID
racing.
card. Like I'm not like.
Congratulations.
I actually
question
don't even
mark.
know if it means the cars or guys. Is it?
This might be the first time I've seen the movie and no one else on it has seen the movie. I guess you haven't seen this, Chase. Is what?
I haven't. It's like squarely in the like canon of like dad.
Yeah, it's like a dad
movies.
Oh, it is a very. Jake, have you seen Ford v Ferrari?
I haven't.
Wow.
I don't think you're legally allowed to see it unless
I can
you've
make
had a
up
child.
anything about this movie now. Great. So that's an incredible preface. Don't know how cars are. Have you seen Cars?
Yes,
Okay. Well, then you know something about how
but not 2 and 3.
Oh, then you don't know anything.
Okay.
No, what do you want to preface? Anything else do you want to preface to bring into this? And we'll cast it however you'd like.
I know so little about cars. That's just what I want to preference this with. So if there's any terms I'm getting wrong, it's not that I'm intentionally getting them wrong. It's I didn't care enough.
You call it the tourney round?
The tourney round.
Go ahead and just cast whomever you'd like to play.
Okay.
any roles here.
Let's see. You know what? Chase, you can play David Jason Ferrari.
Okay.
I can play Henry Ford Jr. Kyle, if you want to play the handsome engineer and do stage directions.
Can you do the stage direction?
Oh yeah, I can do stage direction totally.
But I'm happy to be handsome
Trying to
engineer.
pass off labor to somebody.
I don't.
Well, what a handsome engineer should get his hands dirty.
Okay. Tell me when, and I will begin reading.
Whenever you're ready.
Title card, 1950, Chicago. Interior, car lab, day. Henry Ford Jr. stands in his car lab. He's surrounded by car parts and whatnot. Some look like future cars being developed. A handsome engineer hands him a wrench.
Here's that wrench you asked for, boss.
Henry Ford Jr. slaps the wrench from the man's hands and it slides across the floor. That's not the wrench I wanted.
Boss, you said right here on this work order that you wanted a wrench.
Henry Ford Jr. picks up the wrench from the floor. I'm sorry, I Can't seem to make my newest car any good. Every time I try to make a good new car, it's bad or an old car in blue.
Maybe you're tired, sir. You've been working on this new design for 3 straight days.
I can't take a rest because I need this car finished before. From off screen, we hear an engine roar and the first wow few guitar licks from Back in Black.
What's up, you fucking pedestrians?
Reveal David Jason Ferrari, the founder of Henry Ford Jr.'s rival company. He's in a big empty garage door. And wind is blowing his hair, and he looks so cool. He's standing next to a car nobody's ever seen before, the Ferrari T1000. David Jason Ferrari!
Did I stutter? Or maybe you just couldn't hear me over the sound of my engine roar from my newest creation, the T1000.
David Jason Ferrari leans over his car side door a bit. The reach isn't quite right, so he has to lean the other way over the side of it. You can tell it's hurting his arm, and his business suit doesn't want to cooperate. He hits a button that makes a big engine roar as he smooths out his suit.
Yeah.
You're early for our competition.
Am I early to the competition?
He picks a piece of fuzz off his shoulder and blows it away.
Or are you late to the party?
Henry Ford Jr.'s assistants exchange a look because things are getting serious. Henry draws himself up a bit. The party only starts when I park my car and get out and enter the party.
What car? All I see here in your car lab are prototypes. Failures, like you.
You can't talk to me. You can't talk about me like that. I'm Henry Ford Jr., and I'm pretty sure I'm not the one who's famous for being racist.
You'll be famous for nothing if you can't beat my new Ferrari cars.
Then let's solve this the way we planned. A race outside on the tarmac. The winner is the first to circle the motorway and the renovated shopping plaza that used to be a charter school, but it closed, and you wondered if they were going to do anything with it.
Got it. First to circle the motorway and the renovated shopping plaza that used to be a charter school, but it closed, and you wondered if they were going to do anything with it.
Exactly.
I'll get in my car. You better get in your car, too, if you want this to be a fair race between men.
That won't be a problem for me.
What? You don't need to get in your car?
Henry Ford Jr., who we're really hoping wasn't the racist one, pulls out a remote control from his lab coat. He presses a button. A British robot voice speaks over this. You can take that one as well. A British robot voice speaks over the speakers.
Carman hybrid technology initiated.
Random pieces of car, what we thought was junk, shoot from around the room to surround Henry Ford Jr. They begin to self-assemble with magnets and electricity into a car-shaped bodysuit.
But sir, the Carman hybrid has never been tested. It could kill you. You'll never be on the road again.
As pieces attach to Henry, we see the pain each one causes him. Finally, the headpiece slowly descends over the remains of his humanity. If we don't stop David Jason Ferrari, there might not be a road for anybody anymore. Hit the switch! Meanwhile, David Jason Ferrari sits in his car screaming.
What is he doing? He thinks he could be a car man? He's not even a car boy. Vehicle.
A different sexy robot voice, you can take this as well, comes on.
Yes, David Jason Ferrari.
Forget racing. Activate aggressive driver mode.
Aggressive driver mode activated.
Suddenly, all the slick sides of the Ferrari T1000 fold open and reveal big weapons and flamethrowers.
This is madness.
Henry Ford Jr., now completely covered in car parts with wheels and stuff, turns to the handsome engineer. Get out of here. It's time for Ford to finally face down Ferrari.
Thank you for everything, sir. I'm leaving now, but I really want to emphasize how much it meant. Ah!
The handsome engineer melts and screams and reveal behind him the Ferrari car is using a flamethrower to melt him. Henry Ford runs to cradle his engineer in his hands. No, this isn't what we agreed to.
No, Henry Ford Jr. This was the way it was always going to end. Now, on guard.
David Jason Ferrari drives straight at Henry Ford Jr., who does a backflip over the car and grabs the back end of the Ferrari T1000 and holds onto it. But then the back of the car goes all electric, and Henry Ford Jr. gets an electrical shock and falls down.
You didn't think defeating me would be that easy, did you?
Henry Ford Jr. struggles to stand, remembering that his dad is the racist one we don't like, right? What do you even want? Why can't you just leave me alone?
I want what every car guy wants. More car stuff.
Henry Ford Jr. tries to just grab a metal car repair table as a cover. He shouts over the side, "We could work together, make Ford Ferraris or Ferrari Fords. Instead of a Mustang, we can call it an even cooler horse name." The metal box explodes from another David Jason Ferrari shot. The Ferrari's main cannons are charging up.
No, I think I'm going to win this fight by myself. What? Who's opening my door?
The handsome engineer, super melted and gross, appears in the Ferrari's car and presses the self-destruct button.
Take that, you son of a bitch.
No!
Big explosion! Everybody is dead except for Henry Ford Jr. We didn't want this fight. You did. A smoking license plate that says Ferrari Forever lands on the ground and spins before falling flat. The end. Thank you. Thank you. So how accurate?
There was a point where I was like, this is gonna sound I was like, you're building. I'm like, yes, he kind of. It was kind of they're robots. I was like in my head. I was just like, he's kind of really. It was like Ford trying to. Oh no, they're robots. They've now turned into they're Gundams.
Yeah,
and they're fighting each other.
Yeah,
That
one's got a
wasn't
mech
quite
suit.
it.
Yeah. Which is important.
No, this is better.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that history, which is why they made the movie.
Right. Well, they don't teach stuff like this in American history books
No,
anymore.
not in driver's ed, certainly.
This is why you can't tear down the statues.
If you take anything away from this episode,
I know the one thing I know for a fact is his name is not David
Jason Ferrari.
Ferrari.
I didn't want to look up what his real name is, and that felt like a good company founder name.
It is very much
classic Italian name, David Jason Ferrari.
Yeah. Talking about DJ Farr. Enzo is his name.
Enzo? That's actually a cooler name.
It's a pretty cool
That's
name.
That's a cool name.
Was he the son of the Adam Driver character in Ferrari? Or in wait,
I think he is Enzo Ferrari in the I didn't see the Ferrari movie.
Okay.
Wait, is Ford vs. Ferrari a sequel to the Ferrari
No,
movie?
Ford vs. Ferrari is sort
of
of like how that
part of the
Indiana
Ferrari
Jones thing
cinematic
lands.
universe.
Yeah, the FCU. They're really putting the FU in FCU by making these movies. Ford vs. Ferrari is Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
Okay.
And it is potentially the daddest movie up there with the Hemsworth IndyCar movie.
Yeah.
That came out around the same time as like come on, we know dads are taking flights soon.
Yeah.
So we have to have something for them to watch.
Yeah.
Ford vs. Ferrari, which I did like. I mean, ultimately, I find it to be one of these movies that I like that is nothing, which I would also consider a dad movie.
Yeah.
There's a long race. Le Mans, I think, is what this very long. That might be, once again, the bad guy from Ocean's 12. But there's this like long 24-hour race. And Ferrari would win it all the time, and I think Ford wanted to develop a car to win it, and the Mustang, and this sort of like, I think it's based on a real thing, and it's a man, machine, man, self.
Yeah. So Ford's like the good guy?
I don't even really remember if there's a good or a bad guy, or if it's just like,
I only see movies with
once
good guys
again,
and bad
like
guys.
those like there's less stakes lots of times in these. Dad movies are either like pretty much no stakes, like is this car fast, or faster, like they're not slow.
Right.
Or the stakes are literally World War II. And those are the two. Do 12 million people die this month?
Yeah.
And those are the two stakes for these types of movies, which they watch with equal. It was good. It was. I never saw the Adam Driver Ferrari movie. That's not what you thought this was it? Mike?
No.
I
thought
did.
it was, no,
I did see that one.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was that.
It's like all right. It's got some crazy accent work going on.
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz is playing like the craziest Italian wife you've ever seen. I don't know how that woman really was in real life, but I don't know if this was like the kindest interpretation.
Was that the movie with Lady Gaga?
No,
that was Adam Driver.
They came
in a
out
crazier
nearly
accent
around the
movie
same time.
But that
which
was
is nuts.
the designer
Versace. Yeah.
Ford versus Versace.
That's like the Avengers. That's gonna be like the last one that really
You
brings
find,
it.
you find out at the end it's Tom Ford.
Yeah.
It's not right. It's Tom Ford versus Enzo Versace. I mean, but it really was just like our car will be faster than your car. Not even faster. It's another one of those. For all intents and purposes, Ford versus Ferrari is a baseball movie because it is very much about like an American thing. And it's like, well, America can figure out beating Euro car. We already made good America car and big, strong car, but now we can make long-term working fast car too. And so it's very much, it is very much like America versus the European mindset for this race. And they're like, oh, these silly Americans think they can win our 24-hour race.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. You should be. Were you in the movie?
That was supposed to be an Indian accent.
I I take back what I said.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That was the verses. No, yeah, it's just like that sort of like, it's not cartoonish, but you're just like, the stakes are, is your car the first or second fastest car, and the acting's all good because it's Christian Bale and Matt Damon, and they're good at acting, especially in stuff like that.
It's so funny that like they just do one of these every, like F1 is basically gonna be that again.
If the F1 trailer just looks exactly like this.
Yeah.
And then there was the F1 movie, the IndyCar movie with the Hemsworth.
Yeah.
That I think came out right around when this one came out, maybe a little bit afterwards.
I have no idea what any of these.
And
I saw that one in the theater too, but I can't even remember what it was called. I just know it was him versus the German dude from Inglourious Basterds.
There you go.
That's all I remember. Yeah.
Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
But I think you kind of nailed. I would love this. This would be the more American take on it.
Yeah.
Which mean by that I mean it will be tariffed 100% to watch this movie.
Everything in Hollywood's great.
Showbiz without
everything's
the
great
biz.
because we're yet again here in the afternoon on a weekday with plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play a couple more games. We're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
This game is called Before and Afters.
Great.
Get ready to play before and afters.
How this game works, so much like you can see up here, Ford versus Ferrari. Are we there yet? I combined two movies into one. I'll read you the smashed together plot. You have to tell me the smashed together title.
Oh.
So you can compete against one another. Remember, our current score is 5-4, or you can work alone, whatever you want to do.
Wait, so you tell? Sorry.
I'll read the smashed together plot. You have to guess the title.
Okay.
So Ford versus Ferrari. Are we there yet? That one's all right. There's like Wolf of Wall Street, Saving Private Silverman.
I think I did this one last time. Actually,
Fargo.
I'm about to be so bad at this.
this is fun.
Here we go. A criminal planning one last heist and the man tracking him down share a mutual respect for one another and set out on a voyage of self-discovery around the world.
Around the Inside Man in 80 Days?
That is the porn parody of this one.
Was any of that right?
No. I don't know if any of what Mike said has ever been correct. I mean just what that was has never been correct in any circumstances. You've been correct often, but
Thank you.
that phrase has never been correct.
Or mentioned before.
Yeah, a red squiggly line popped up under his microphone.
Can you do it one more time?
Criminal planning one last heist and the man tracking him down share a mutual respect for one another and set out on a voyage of self-discovery around the world.
I got no idea.
So it wasn't. Around
Would
the
you
world.
like an actor from the first movie or the second movie?
I know
Maybe
the
an
first
idea?
movie.
Okay.
But I'm having trouble. He wasn't right about the second movie.
Neither of them.
Okay. And do you want to work together?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, what's the first?
First movie I believe is Heat.
Heat. Okay. Mutual respect.
Voyage around the world of self-discovery.
Self-discovery. I mean, is it Heat, Pray, Love?
Heat, Pray, Love is correct.
Teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork.
Oh, it's important that you know none of them are as good as that one.
Yeah.
That one works too well. Next one. The post-apocalyptic epic of a handsome bouncer and his son as they travel across the country of ash with nothing but a shopping cart so they can bring order to the wildest bar in Missouri.
Well, I know what two movies it is. I'm trying to figure out what the pun is. Because there's Magic Mike and The Road. It sounds like that. Those are the two movies.
Roadhouse, you mean?
Roadhouse. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're shaking your head.
You're
So-
there.
so
You guys are
I'm
close.
shaking.
The
You got it.
Roadhouse?
The Roadhouse is correct.
Okay, I thought that wasn't correct and you had said it.
Sorry. I was just thinking about how much I like Roadhouse. Next one.
Yeah.
A young boy boards a powerful train headed for the North Pole, traveling through a place virtually devoid of nature on his journey to find a truffula tree.
I don't think I know the second one.
The Polar Lorax?
The Polarax
Whoa.
Express is, we'll say the Polarax Express. Yeah. We'll give you 1 point.
I think I don't think I deserve anything.
No, you get full. Otherwise, we have to keep playing. There's two more. Here we go.
Okay.
A platoon of Marines going through boot camp with an especially rigorous drill sergeant meet
Okay.
a boy whose body ages much faster than the normal rate.
Heavy metal, and then Benjamin
Full
Button.
Metal Jack.
Full Metal Jack.
Full Metal
is
Jack.
correct.
There we go. That's great.
And final one. An adventurous archaeologist is asked by villagers to reclaim a sacred stone stolen by a religious cult, but he gets caught up in racial tensions boiling over between the black community and an Italian pizza shop owner.
Oh, you got it.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doing the Right Thing.
Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, the right thing.
Oh, do the right.
We're giving it 7-7. We're saying it's 7-7.
Yeah, it's tied.
Two more games here. This game is called Build the Perfect Movie.
Okay.
Build a perfect movie.
How this game works is I'll give you a category. You have to pick two movies from that category whose Rotten Tomatoes score add up to as close to 100 as possible without going over.
Okay.
So Price is Right rules apply. You are competing against one another, so you'll each pick two different movies.
Okay.
You'll pick your first movie. I'll tell you the score, so then you can pick your second one accordingly.
Okay.
And we're going to do movies based on video games or movies that have a video game based on them.
Okay.
That'll be the category. So you, it's 7-7. So Mike, you'll pick your first movie. I'll tell you this. Then Chase, you'll pick your first movie. Then we'll review the scores and do the second one.
So do I just name a movie?
Name any, that fits in that category.
Give me
and then you will have to pick a second one.
Give
to
me
get under the 100 threshold.
House of the Dead, directed by Uwe Boll.
All right, Chase.
I'm gonna do the Tomb Raider, the Alicia Vikander one.
Is that the newer one?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018. All right, Tomb Raider from 2018 is a 52%. So you're looking for a 48 or less.
Mm-hmm.
House of the Dead, what do you think it is?
I'm gonna guess 8%.
Ooh, it is 3%. So you were looking for a 97.
Yeah.
Mike, you need more, so you'll pick first. You need a movie based on a video game or has a video game based on it that's 97% or less, as close as you can get. And you'll be thinking 48, Chase.
You know what? I am going to go with Detective Pikachu.
All right. Chase, you're looking for 48.
A Minecraft movie.
Good. That's a good call.
I have no idea what that is going to be at. House of the Dead is at 3%. Detective Pikachu, 68%.
Oh,
so
alright.
lower
Could've-
than I thought it was going to
could've
be.
been better,
That's 71.7. Tomb Raider, 52%. A Minecraft movie, 47%. That's a 99% in the game. Nearly the perfect
That's
movie.
That's
That is
amazing.
insane.
That's crazy.
Listen,
You
all you
won.
gotta do
Here's your loot box.
is look at Rotten Tomatoes every single day of your life.
Yeah.
Did you know it was 47?
I had it. I knew it was like around 46 or 47.
Wow. Well, you know
That's
what?
really good.
Research is research. And this final game that we're going to play is called Guess What Movie Trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the movie and never having only watched the trailer and never, here's just the fucking song.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Guess what movie trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie game.
How this game works is my dad watches a movie trailer. He describes what's happening in it. You have to guess what movie it's a trailer for. It can be any movie ever.
Okay.
Here we go.
That was my question.
Okay. So they're listening to music in their helmets. Now a lot of quick shots of them on adventures. They have cameras themselves too. It's colorful. He's an expert on it all. That's a weird hat to wear with a tuxedo. That's his son.
Oh,
They all match. There's a hot air balloon tied to a boat. He's going on a mission of revenge. Everything is right in the middle. The camera is moving in and out a lot. He said to just smile and sucker punch him. Everyone matching again. And that little rainbow guy.
What now?
It's quiet out there tonight. Slowly walking down the stairs with everybody.
Still stuck on. It's a weird hat to wear with a tuxedo.
It's weird had to wear a tuxedo. Little rainbow guy.
Yeah. They're all listening to music in their helmets.
It's a weird hat to wear with a tuxedo.
Unfortunately, it will all make sense.
Hot air balloon attached to a boat.
Weird hat to wear.
I'll play it real quick, like a little quieter in the background if you want to talk it out.
Okay? So they're listening to music in their helmets. Now a lot of quick shots of them on adventures. They have cameras themselves, too. It's colorful. He's an expert on it all. That's a weird hat to wear with a tuxedo. That's his son. They all match. There's a hot air balloon tied to a boat. He's going on a mission of revenge. Everything is right in the middle. The camera is moving in and out a lot. He said to just smile and sucker punch him. Everyone matching again. And that little rainbow guy.
I think I have a good guess.
It's quiet out there tonight. Slowly walking down the stairs with everybody.
Is it a Mission Impossible and the little rainbow guy is Tom Cruise?
You just find out my dad just hate like it's just that's what he calls Tom Cruise.
so
No,
funny.
It is not. It is not.
Is it like Zodiac or something?
It is not Zodiac. I don't know if that's
remember
closer
any
or further away.
Hot air balloons. in Zodiac.
I like the thing is like each of the clues sounds like a completely different
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
He's an expert on things.
He is an expert.
Okay, is it Indiana Jones and the Last
It
Crusade?
is not Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It'd be crazy if all this Indiana Jones stuff just happened to be.
Like just you setting this up.
Yeah. I love it.
Is it Uncharted?
It is not Uncharted. It's not a video game. Everyone hated the Uncharted movie.
But it did well on Netflix after it came onto streaming.
People's expectations are just so low on Netflix.
Yeah.
All right. We will. Jake, do you have a guess?
Is it Wonka?
It is not Wonka. I would say
was
that is
a-
close.
That's close.
good
That's good.
guess.
give up if you
He
want the
stole
answer.
mine, actually. That's what I was going to say next.
Son, it's his son. He's an expert on things, and it's his son. Guy's got a son, and he sucker punches. I got no idea. I got
It
nothing.
is The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Whoa.
Oh. Well, I haven't seen
Appropriate
that movie in
response.
a very
Who's
long
the little
time.
rainbow guy?
I think it's just an animation at some point. I don't remember.
Yeah, there is some like
Funny hat
there
with
is
the
some like
tuxedo
stop
is your
motion
biggest takeaway.
guys.
The funny hats with the tuxedo.
Yeah.
That does make sense now because I think he insisted on wearing.
They were
his,
the
like, hat.
beanies or whatever.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Let me add, and then we're just tallying up the score. It is 75 points for writing a script. So it's going to put Mike at 92, the winner
Oh, wow.
today. Mike Drucker, thank you so
wait a
much for
second.
being here.
Yeah. All right.
It is
all right.
heavily weighted towards the writing of the script.
Finally.
Mike, thank you for being here. Thank you for having never seen Ford versus Ferrari.
Of course, I never will.
Thank you for talking video games and movies with us. We talked about the book. You can let people know about it again or anything else you'd like them. Let them know where to find you online or anything like that.
Sure. The book is called Good Game No Rematch. It's available everywhere in North America now. It comes out in the UK July 3rd if you're a UK listener. And it's available digital, hardcover, and audio. And I read the audiobook. So it's fun, hopefully.
Chase only lost by 75 points today, but it's not that bad.
Get him next time.
Let them know people where to find you online besides the replies to
yeah, I was
movie
gonna say
threads.
Yeah. I'm at Chase Mitt, ChaseMIT on everything, Blue Sky, Twitter, I'll never call it X. And Threads if you want to say stuff on there that pisses me off, which is what my feed seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to play more of the dad games, kylears.com/dad has an archive of all of them we've ever done, including some of them synced up with the trailers. You can go watch there. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
I've never seen it.